Open not just your ears with faith, but also your heart. It is no accident that you are here, hearing these words. A divine movement has already begun to stir the waters of your life, even if the changes are not clear to you just yet. Before I reveal the new things I have prepared for you, I must speak the truth that will set you free. Even if it's painful, the time has come for you to leave the place you once called home. The refuge, the comfort, the identity you sought there, it no longer holds the peace it once did. Deep inside, you felt it. It's not about the cracked walls or the roof that seems to crumble. It's the silence that speaks louder than any noise, the stillness that carries a heaviness, even in the absence of conflict. It's the sorrow behind every shallow breath, the hope that fades with every new dawn because you know another day of the same routine is waiting, pretending, settling, enduring a cycle that has already reached its end. But now, listen closely. I, the Lord, the Most High God, the one who sees beyond what you can see, the one who knows the end from the beginning, have already gone ahead of you. You are not alone in this transition. You are not without direction. I have paved the way for you, opening doors you never knew existed. I have prepared paths where your eyes once saw nothing but obstacles, and I have released blessings you never dared to ask for because your faith became weary, because your spirit grew tired, and you thought there was nothing left but to accept what you had. But I did not create you to simply survive. I designed you to move forward in my divine purpose. Do not turn your heart away from this word. Do not dismiss it as just another message, because what is about to be revealed is far deeper, more profound, and more sacred than anything that has kept you awake, wondering, struggling, through the long nights. This word is not a mere echo from man, nor is it emotional comfort. It is a divine decree marking the end of one season and the beginning of a miracle. What appeared to be stagnation was only a moment of preparation. What you saw as loss, I viewed as liberation. What you believed was taken from you, I removed with my own hand so that you could breathe freely again. Had I not intervened, you would have gradually sunk. That is why I allowed certain things to collapse. That is why I did not answer some of your prayers in the way you expected. As your father, I had to break the things you were too afraid to release, because my love for you is greater than your attachment to what is familiar. Today, your case hath been closed, not out of abandonment, but out of justice, not as punishment, but as redemption. This closure does not mark your destruction. It is your liberation. Do not fear the end, for the end you dread is simply the beginning of what I have prepared for you long before you were born. There are no mistakes, no wasted steps, no tears that were shed in vain. Everything was intricately woven into my purpose. That is why I urge you, hold on, not only emotionally, but with your spirit. Share this word with those who also need a new beginning, because just as you are leaving the cave, others need to hear that there is an escape for them as well. This is not just your moment. It is a wave of restoration that I am sending to many, and you are part of it. Listen carefully, for I do not speak in vain. Every word I speak is filled with life, power, and truth. I am the Lord your God, the one who forms light and creates darkness, the one who gives and also takes away, the one who opens paths through the sea and brings rivers forth in the desert. Today, I speak to you clearly because I do not want you to continue walking in confusion or fear. Do not persist in places where I have already withdrawn my hand. Do not cling to what I have already declared as finished. When I close a door, it is not an act of cruelty. but an act of protection. I see what you cannot see. I know what lies hidden deep within the hearts of men. I know where you have been drained, weakened, and consumed while you mistakenly called it a blessing. Do not continue to feed what I have already closed. Do not keep watering the ground that no longer bears fruit. That season has passed. That relationship, that situation, that environment has already fulfilled its purpose. Look forward with courage and confidence. I am the God who does not make mistakes. I have never failed, or have ever acted in error. You asked me for freedom. You cried out for answers. You have prayed through tears and groaned in silence, thinking there was no response, but you were mistaken. While you cried in silence, I gathered every word, each sigh, and every unspoken thought within you. I took it into my hands and transformed it into a heavenly strategy. Nothing was lost. Nothing was overlooked. Your prayer did not go unanswered. Even when your faith trembled, when you felt weak and broken, I saw your heart. And let me reveal something the enemy has tried to conceal from you. Though your faith may be weary, it is still the key to your miracle. You do not need perfect faith, only living faith, and that is what you possess. That is why heaven is responding. Those around you, the ones who depend on your care, they too are being touched by my hand. I am visiting your home. Healing will come to the body, restoration to the mind, and transformation in the lives of those you no longer knew how to help. I work in the depths. I transform the heart. I restore the souls of those who seemed lost. There will be a return where you once only saw absence. There will be reconciliation where all that remained were scars. There will be restoration where fear had already taken root. For when I speak, all of creation listens. But there is something crucial you must do. Listen to me, not to fear, not to nostalgia, not to the echoes of the past. The old chapter must be left behind in faith. Do not continue to look back. Do not cling to Egypt when I have already parted the Red Sea for you. Do not freeze in place, staring at what I have already burned away. I am doing something new, something your eyes have yet to comprehend, but your spirit already senses. So do not be afraid. Do not fear the movements I am causing. I understand that it hurts. I know that friendships are fading, that people are revealing their true colors. I know situations are becoming increasingly unbearable, but it is all by design. It is not punishment. It is treatment. It is surgery. It is cleansing. I am freeing you from ties that were holding back your promise. They were with you, but they were not moving in the same direction. They said they supported you, but they did not carry your purpose. I am removing the dead leaves that can no longer sustain life, so that true fruit may grow. Do not mourn the branches that fall. Rejoice for the fruit that is soon to come. I am in control. I am in the midst of it all, and I have not finished with you yet. In fact, I am only just beginning. Watch as I work in the unseen. When you think nothing is happening, that is why I am working the hardest. Every apparent delay, every moment of silence, every day that seems unchanged is filled with my intervention. You do not need to understand every detail to know that I am right there in the middle of it. Some things will only be revealed in time, but know this. I have already started to align what once seemed impossible to restore. Even if your emotions tell you something different, even if your thoughts rise up like giants, causing doubt to creep in, my word remains steadfast and will not return to me empty. Do not be deceived by what you seem to be losing. Some exits are not losses. They are liberations that you didn't even know you needed. I am purifying your surroundings. I am allowing the shaking so that only what is unshakable will remain. If things are falling apart, if people are walking away, if paths are closing one after another, it is not chaos. It is my intervention. Just as gold can only be refined through fire, you are walking through a season of refinement, not abandonment. Throughout this time, I have heard every unspoken thought, every silent doubt, every word you wanted to express but kept inside. I have been present, even in moments when you felt nothing, even when you believed it was all in vain. It was not in vain. Your fasting was not in vain. Your prayers when no one else saw were not in vain. Your sleepless nights interceding for others were not in vain. Every moment has been recorded, every seed has been sown, and now the harvest is at hand, but not in the way you imagine. It will be far better. The answer you sought comes wrapped in purpose, because while you prayed for a solution, I was already designing your destiny. While you wept for change, I was raising a new identity within you. While you longed to return to what was lost, I was closing that door permanently, not out of cruelty, but out of care, not out of judgment, but out of protection. There are things you can only understand when you stop resisting my hand. That is why today I am leading you to trust without needing all the answers, to let go without guarantees, to move forward even when the entire path is not visible. This is the faith I am building in you, the kind that doesn't depend on what is seen, but on who I am. I have removed the supports that were never meant to sustain you. I have torn down structures that appeared strong but were hollow on the inside. I have shaken what seemed secure because it was only a false sense of security. All of this was done in love, because I would rather see you weep today for what you've lost than to see you lost tomorrow for what you refused to release. Your environment is changing according to my divine design. Relationships are being purified, and unnecessary connections are falling away. I know this brings pain, and I do not want you to pretend it doesn't. But in the midst of that discomfort, there is a sacred movement happening. A powerful hand is removing the things that have been hindering your growth. This is not punishment, nor is it coincidence. It is purpose. It is part of the miracle that has already begun, even if its full manifestation hasn't yet come to pass. Those you have been carrying emotionally, spiritually, and even physically, they are part of my plan too. Those for whom you silently wept, those for whom you've prayed through long, sleepless nights, are being visited by my spirit. Even if they don't speak it, they are being touched. I am restoring broken relationships. I am shifting decisions that seem set in stone, and I am softening hearts that have been hardened for years. Where you no longer had the strength to intervene, I am stepping in. Where you felt powerless, I am showing my strength. But it is vital that you do not stop because of what has already passed. If you continue to look backward, trapped in the past, you will miss the manifestation that is positioning itself right before you. The new has already begun to grow. It is already in process, and what is causing you pain today will become your testimony tomorrow. That is why you must not resist the change I've begun. I'm making all things new, not just some things, but all things. Do not fight against this work. Do not try to revive what I have already allowed to die, for if you do, you will be going against my hand. The sudden shifts you are experiencing are not accidents. They are part of my design. The difficult conversations, the truths coming to the surface, the abrupt decisions, all these are part of a greater purpose. I am revealing the truth of who people really are. I am exposing hidden intentions. I am cleansing the land because where I will build, there must be no contamination. Where I will plant, there can be no root of bitterness. And though all of this may shake you today, it is because I want to give you true, lasting stability, not the fleeting illusion of it. This is more than an emotional season. It is an eternal movement. You are being transformed, not simply adjusted, renewed, not merely repaired. This is why you must embrace the process with reverence, for this is no ordinary change. It is the fulfillment of everything I have been preparing for you. Everything you are experiencing right now follows a design that goes far beyond your understanding. It is not a random sequence of events without purpose. It is a divine masterpiece I am crafting with precision. You may feel like many things have slipped out of your control, but I assure you, nothing has slipped out of mine. Every detail that seems chaotic is part of a larger picture, placed exactly where it needs to be to bring you to the destiny I planned for you before you were even born. You are not being tossed by the winds of life, aimlessly drifting like a leaf with no direction. I have already charted the course. Even the detours you did not understand and the delays you saw as failures were always part of the plan. When your vision was clouded by pain, my hand continued to lead you with certainty. When you doubted yourself, I never once doubted what I placed within you. I have been building something that is not yet visible, but will soon be revealed, not because you earned it, but because I promised it, and I do not lie. You have felt weary through this process, and I do not overlook that. But understand this: exhaustion is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of formation. You are being tuned like a musical instrument before a grand symphony. What feels like a meaningless pause right now is actually the final adjustments before the manifestation of my promise. You are being shaped, prepared, and strengthened on the inside, not just to receive a blessing but to sustain it. What I am about to place in your hands requires deep roots, proven character, spiritual discernment, and a heart that is in alignment with my voice. And this cannot be built through comfort, but through surrender. In this stage, I am addressing your most hidden motivations, not to condemn you, but to restore you. I am confronting your unspoken thoughts, the ones no one hears but that influence your decisions. I am not merely changing your circumstances, I am transforming your way of seeing, feeling, and thinking, because I do not want to give you a new path while you are still carrying an old mindset. What is coming requires a new posture, a new way of speaking, praying, loving, and moving forward. I am also expanding your sensitivity to what is eternal. You have spent far too long focusing solely on what's urgent, what's immediate, what's visible, but what I've placed within you is eternal. It is a calling that transcends your current environment, your generation, and your circumstances. You are meant to make a difference, to carry influence, to carry my presence, not to repeat empty, fleeting cycles. That's why I am removing distractions from your life. That's why I've silenced certain noises. I need you to listen with your spirit to things that your mind cannot yet understand. Many around you won't understand this process, and it's not necessary for them to explain it or approve of it. I have not called you to be understood by everyone. I've called you to be obedient to my voice. Those who are meant to walk with you will follow without you having to convince them. Those who cannot bear the light I am igniting within you will naturally distance themselves. This is not rejection. It is alignment. I am separating the genuine from the convenient, the true from the temporary. Do not be troubled by the distances that appear suddenly in your life. Instead of questioning why they left, thank me for the things they will not drag with them into your future. Furthermore, I am awakening gifts that have lain dormant, callings that were ignored, and spiritual passions that routine has suffocated. I am rekindling that fire you once thought was extinguished forever. What I've placed within you has not been cancelled by time, nor has it been nullified by difficult seasons. I do not revoke what I have declared. Even if people have forgotten your name, it is written in the palm of my hand. Now is the time for you to walk with greater clarity, not driven by the need for approval, but by the certainty of direction. I am removing the veil from your spiritual lies, revealing what you once overlooked, because I need you to move with precision. The enemy does not fear your words, but he trembles when you walk in obedience. That's why I am clearing your path. That's why I have allowed certain discomforts. Not because I want to keep you from rest, but because I am drawing you closer to your true purpose. And although your surroundings may appear smaller now, your vision is being broadened. You will no longer walk according to what you feel, but by the assurance of what I have spoken to you. Your stability will not depend on your circumstances, but on my voice, and my voice does not change. My faithfulness is unwavering. I am with you through every step of this process, not just at the end. I walk with you through the valley, not only on the mountaintop. And in this moment, more than ever, I am establishing you so that nothing can shake you. You are being prepared to carry a glory that you have never experienced before. You have reached a spiritual hour where you cannot keep advancing with the old methods. It is no longer about improving what was. It's about letting the old completely die away. You cannot keep asking me for direction while still clinging to patterns that were formed without my guidance. This stage of your journey demands deep detachment. It requires obedience that does not rely on emotions, but on conviction, because what I am about to reveal to you cannot fit into hands still holding on to the old things. What is coming is entirely new, and in order to receive it, you must first release what you thought you needed. There is a battle happening that cannot be seen with natural eyes. While you believe you are struggling with anxiety, frustration, or insecurity, in reality, you are being repositioned spiritually. I am confronting internal structures, systems of thought shaped by wounds, fear, disappointments, and deceptions that were never healed. You cannot enter the next phase while carrying conclusions formed from past brokenness. That is why I am dismantling things layer by layer, not because you are beyond repair, but because what I am about to build within you requires a fresh foundation. There are conversations and old memories resurfacing with a new intensity, not by accident. It is my hand uncovering the exact places where deception entered. I am bringing to the surface what was hidden, not to shame you, but so that you can see it from the right perspective. I want you to recognize what was never meant to be part of my design, even if you've carried it for years, because I am not interested in rebuilding a false image of strength. I am shaping a true identity within you. You are starting to notice that certain places no longer stir the same feelings in you. What you once tolerated now feels burdensome. What seemed ordinary before now feels like a weight. This is not emotional exhaustion. This is spiritual sensitivity. I'm sharpening your discernment so that you can clearly distinguish between what gives life and what only offers temporary distraction. Not everything that others accept edifies. Not everything that sounds appealing is for me. I am teaching you to walk by the Spirit, not by appearances. Appearances can be deceiving, but my presence is always truthful. Along with this, I am raising a new level of authority over your life. You will no longer speak as one who seeks validation, but as one who hath been sent, not with arrogance, but with confidence, not with vanity, but with the weight of truth. What I place in your mouth will not be empty words, it will be a sword. Your voice will no longer be a response to the environment around you, but an instrument to transform it. I am raising you as an influence, even though you felt unseen. The season of hiding was part of my preparation, but it will not last forever. Soon, what has been concealed will come into the light, not through human promotion, but through divine fulfillment. However, you must understand that not everything around you will be a part of what is coming. Some assignments were only meant for a season, not forever. Certain places were tools for your formation, not permanent dwellings. I know you have wanted to make permanent what I only intended as a temporary station. But if you choose to remain where there is no longer an anointing to stay, you will be nurturing a structure I have already deactivated. Manna fell daily because it was a temporary provision. What sustained you before will not be sufficient for what I am about to release. Do not be afraid when your provision shifts. It's not that I've withdrawn my faithfulness. It's that I am teaching you to depend on a different source. You will no longer be sustained by routine or the approval of others. Your true sustenance will be found in my presence alone. You will not be alone, and you will not be confused, but it will be different. And change is often uncomfortable at first. However, in the discomfort, I am revealing to you what truly matters. The noise surrounding you may be growing louder, but this is not a sign of defeat. It is a sign of advancement. True births are always preceded by pain, pressure, and deep groaning. In the same way, this is the move you are about to experience. You are about to give birth to something that is not the fruit of your own imagination, but the fulfillment of my promise. And just like any spiritual birthing, it will require focus. You cannot afford to be distracted by insignificant things. You must not give any space to voices that were never in alignment with my will. This is a time of definition, and with every decision you make, you are setting the pace for what is to come. That's why everything not rooted in my truth is being exposed, not to harm you, but to establish you. I am removing unstable supports from your life. I am closing paths that seem promising but were never part of the path I have planned for you. At times, I have had to tell you no firmly because your heart wanted to move toward places that appeared bright on the surface but were empty within. Even if you didn't understand it at the time, you will soon see that every no was actually a redirection toward something eternal. Prepare yourself. What seemed like chaos has been a holy reordering. What you perceived as an interruption has actually been my intervention. What felt like a setback has been a repositioning. When you begin to see the fruit of this process, you will understand that every moment was worth it. I do not waste processes, and I never forget my promises. I have been awakening something deep inside of you, a sacred restlessness you can't explain, as if something invisible is calling you to step out of the comfortable, to let go of what you thought always worked, to question things you once accepted without hesitation. This is not confusion. This is my voice, drawing your attention to the truth that you have been marked for a different dimension. I am not leading you to simply recreate the past with a new facade. I am pulling you out of a mold that no longer fits. You have been trained in the background, in anonymity, but not to remain there. It's not because you sought visibility, but because the fire I have ignited within you can no longer be contained. This fire cannot be extinguished by routine. nor will it be satisfied by visible accomplishments. You are not chasing recognition. You are pursuing purpose. And that is precisely what I am revealing to you now, because the burden you feel is not a weight to be discarded, but an assignment to embrace. You have crossed an invisible threshold. What was once enough is no longer adequate. Conversations that were once tolerable now drain you, and distractions that you once endured now hold you back. This is not a sign of arrogance. It is spiritual maturity. You are being refined for a different frequency, a higher level of obedience, and a new kind of fruit to bear. The ground beneath your feet has changed. It is no longer about mere survival. It is about walking in the inheritance I've promised you.